Hi, in this video I thought it would be quite good fun to apply our conscious biohacking test to continuous glucose monitors. Now, just so everyone's up to speed, those are the sort of small sensors that you'll typically see worn on the upper arm. And what they do is they measure your blood glucose every few minutes continuously during the day and night. What's the benefit of that? Well, it tells you in real time how food, stress, exercise, sleep, alcohol, basically what you're doing during your day affects your blood sugar levels. Hi, I am Carol Standing. I am the founder of Still Standing Health, and we're a health and longevity platform. So the research using continuous glucose monitors in the healthy population is more recent, but it's definitely growing. And one of the key researchers in this area is Dr. Casey Means. She's a Stafford trained physician and co-founder of a health company called Levels. And she has been one of the strongest voices in making the case for continuous glucose monitors available beyond diabetics. Previously, this is where they were most typically used. And her argument is a very sound one, is that blood sugar instability is probably one of the most unrecognised drivers of poor energy, brain fog, mood instability in otherwise healthy people. Now, the old way of doing this was a standard fasting glucose test. Now that gives you a single snapshot in time. As I've just explained, a continuous glucose monitor gives you tracking 24/7, and it can really help you understand if you've got cortisol issues during the night due to blood sugar levels dropping, if there are various foods that are affecting you. Sometimes foods that people think are fine are actually the ones that are causing significant spikes. Stress can affect glucose, and that's without eating anything at all. And a poor night's sleep can definitely impact readings the next day. So now you've got a bit of context and you understand a bit more about it. Let's apply our 5 conscious biohacking test questions to it. So, is there good evidence? Well, yes, the devices themselves are well validated. As I've just said, the evidence of their use with healthier people outside the diabetic group is newer and still developing. So, the jury's a bit more out on that. Is it accessible? Yes. It costs between £30 and £50 for a 2-week sensor in the UK without a prescription. So definitely a lot more accessible than it used to be. And you can see them online, and there's quite a few, famous brands in this area. Question 3, will it reduce or create more stress? Well, this is interesting. For some people, the data is really enlightening. They can have a look at it, make 2-3 changes, and feel really better, more energized in just a matter of weeks. For other people, checking the app, checking the data becomes a source of anxiety. So that's really a personal thing, and you probably know yourself better as to know whether this would be something that would stress you or would be of interest to you. Question 4, can you sustain it for 5 years? Well, actually, you don't need to. So that's a bit of a redundant question in this instance. A 2-week trial, 2-week measurement gives most people more than enough insight. If it's a typical 2 weeks, clearly if you're doing something very different during those 2 weeks, it won't be typical, but a typical 2 weeks will give you the insights that you need. And does it help you live better or just give you extra things to track? Well, if the data gives you things that you can very easily change, then yes, definitely. If it just gives you more stress and more noise and more things to track, well, again, that's probably yourself better, and that's worth thinking about before you go ahead. Uh, my view is a 2-week trial is probably one of the most meaningful things you can do at the moment around your health, providing you are going to not get overwhelmed by the data. And when you see the data, you're happy to make the changes that it suggests. So I would be really interested to know how many of you out there are using them. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Disagree with me? What are the insights you found if you are using them? So yeah, let me know in the comments. I would really love to hear. And in the meantime, I wish you a really great day.